Hi Beth, this is Nicole Weaver. I'm in your MCBS Media Communications online class. Thank you, by the way. Had a lot of fun. So, this is my video submission for the self reflection assignment. Um, I hate recording myself, I always feel so corny, so bear with me. So one thing that I noticed about my actual Full Sail experience versus what actually happened, I didn't end up using Planner or planning app as much as I thought I would. Um, in the beginning of the year, I did write down all the assignments and stuff like from the syllabus, and stayed pretty on top of it. However, I noticed like it wasn't really an issue this year. Um, Ended up being kind of like over prepared in a sense, and that's pretty different than my habits from when I originally started going to school. So that's awesome. That's a plus for sure. Another thing uh, that I actually experienced, and it was, kind of what I originally expected. The tutorials that I do, like I do a lot of like self-taught, like Adobe tutorials to brush up on my skills. They were just as helpful for the class projects as I thought. In the starter guide at the beginning of the course, uh, I noted that they'll be helpful with future projects, and that's exactly what happened. So, another win for me. Also, in the starter guide, I gave the advice of not going on social media as much. And based on the results of my Dissect Your Media Exposure assignment, I failed. I'm not sure if you saw that yet, but even though like I definitely applied myself a lot more this time around, um, my most frequently used category on my devices was still social media. So still got to work on that one. However, I still seem to have done pretty well. Crossing my fingers. If this month was part of a job interview process, I do believe that I would have gotten the job based on the feedback that I received from you on my assignments. You commented on my work ethic. I think that demonstrates business maturity, and I've kind of always been like that in a sense, so it's good. Um, oh yeah, so if I had to go back and redo the class, I would tell myself not to worry about not having enough time. I'll have more than enough time. Maybe try making project timelines for myself so that I actually have a better idea of how much time each component will take, and won't be kind of like thinking, oh my God, it's going to take forever, and then finishing in like 2 days. Um, Maybe even like try getting a part-time job or something. Like I'm doing pretty well. I like this format of school a lot better than your traditional like go to 4 classes a semester and try to balance all these different deadlines and everything. So um, things are looking up. uh, Advice to myself going forward, I'd say maybe try to challenge myself more by spreading the tutorials that I do out to other platforms. I was a little fuzzy on Illustrator, and I wish I knew more of for this last assignment. The chart maker tool in particular was tough. It was hard, and I didn't get it, and I really wanted to because I wanted everything to work, and I'm just that kind of person, very anal, so that bugged me. Also, maybe try to educate myself more on common design principles. I did read that article that you sent me about basic design stuff. I think it was like a TED article, um, but specifically, I wish I had researched more on like typography, um, like the best way to choose like what's the word I'm trying to think of, corresponding fonts, like fonts that go together. Also, like layout and color schemes. I'm very indecisive, and as much as I'd like to think of myself as a creator, I'm like very type A, and I'm like I don't really think like that naturally. Like it takes a lot for me to get kind of any creative idea going. So that's sad, but it is what it is. So other than that, I had a great time, and thank you so much for everything you helped me out with.